got another one of them. Popping at the mouth or the side of his neck when he pouts, no argument, no rebuttal from. He ain't from my town, I don't know him, so I'm guessing he's a clown like he wanted me to love on him. But you know that ain't my style, yet he still got my name in his mouth, and I ain't running for cover from. A bunch of lambs, how you figure you getting fame from my clout, so let's get this clear now. I'm cold like an Eastern February, but that hating isn't necessary. You being petty cause you see me rising, becoming legendary, and you talking down like you very scary. Come on, dude. Get on, fool. Typing and writing on a post too. Get a cosign when you wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight in the produce section at Whole Foods. I already told you. Since my adolescence, I had to stress that never being less than being excellent is the motto I follow. For throttle, I gotta be some sort of testament. If I strive to do it, be the best at it. So testing this is rather pointless, a pandemonium. My opponent, full of baloney, I'm owning him. He's a phony one, cause I can't allow it. I'm overpowered like Bowser, and your mouth is writing checks with a negative balance. You can't cash that. I don't think it's covered by that ad fleck. High side if you want, but you putting on a bad act. I promise you, it ain't worth it. It's more than getting laughed at. You don't want to task that, so back and do oblige. I'm killing it like it's a pesticide. I'm prepared if you get in my way, the endeavor's fine. I never settle, I got the better mind. So if you knocking my grind, I just can't let it slide.
I just wanna be who I wanna be. I ain't getting in nobody's way, but if you get in mine, then you're gonna be in a bad place. Nah, don't get me wrong. Please don't misunderstand my tone. I created my own lane, so you ain't got no business being in it. So you should see why I can't let it slide.
Nah, I done did a lot just to get by, so I can't let it slide. I escaped the mental shackles, I ain't got patience for these bastards, I can't let it slide. I ain't saying I'll attack you, I'm saying this bigger than rappers. I'm saying that you need to back up, so back up. I'm saying that this would not end in a tie, I can't let it slide. My politics are rather controversial. Who would've thought that? I ain't catching all slack, and I have enemies on my ball sack. I'm thinking insanity's what you call that, and I just get appalled at. I'm blacker than Nina the Samoan. I just want freedom and want all these people left alone. How in the world is that chapping you? Laughable, you catch an attitude. Glad that you going mad cause my attributes call me bad and a radical, but that is so irrational. Mathematically, I'm past that degree to these rapper dudes. Had another latitude, and that'll prove you lacking too. You roll with a pack of dudes that lasted you cause you whacking your raps a poo. You need a faculty that's backing you. Your rapping is not compatible. Battle me and that'll be the day. There'll be a casualty, and that don't mean you have to go away. It don't matter to me. Tactically, I'm leaving nothing left. So you can get a step or you can kick rocks like you work construction on a 10th block. So don't do it, you foolish, if you thinking that I have since stopped. I'm just getting started, so when this drop, get ready. Cause I ain't playing about you. I'm praying that you try to get fly like a pterodactyl. I'm staring at you. You better back up. You're daring to try. Apparently, I've earned it all, not just a piece of the pie, so I can't let it slide.
I just wanna be who I wanna be. I ain't getting in nobody's way, but if you get in mine, then you're gonna be in a bad place. Nah, don't get me wrong. Please don't misunderstand my tone. I created my own lane, so you ain't got no business being in it. So you should see why I can't let it slide.
Nah, I done did a lot just to get by, so I can't let it slide. I escaped the mental shackles, I ain't got patience for these bastards, I can't let it slide. I ain't saying I'll attack you, I'm saying this bigger than rappers. I'm saying that you need to back up, so back up. I'm saying that this would not end in a tie, I can't let it slide. Tell me what's worse than learning all that you led to believe was all horse crap. They distort, so question as if you war shack. Horsemen, forcemen, and they've long been having the course mapped. It ain't that you can't see, cause you can find it, homes, it's that you don't want to. You cope by putting the blinders on. I've been trying to find some kind of way, but I've kinda known that y'all would rather whine and latch to nonsense cause your mind is gone. I can't save every person, and politicking is bringing the worst out the very earth. And every perk of living on this turf is being chipped at and nerfed, but I can't sit back and lurk. I've got to hit back, I'm certain it's my purpose. And it's a beautiful thing too. Hold up. Hey. Looking at the technological advances. I used to be on dial-up looking for answers. Now what? Underappreciating was candid. And 20 years later, we got computers that hand fit. Used to be playing Sega Genesis with bros. Now I'm gaming with some folks on the other side of the globe. Used to go through a label if you trying to blow. Now people got more options on the table, got a post. Social media got us connected as ever on every medium. should be more righteous and clever, but what we seeing is communication is error and still the devious. Evil's immediate, tedious that you gotta be remediate, cause idiots get heebie-jeebies in the event that they don't agree with you. Try to ruin your whole life, cause you say what they dislike. God forbid y'all disagree without a fight. The type of stuff that will clear up if you lighten up, Jack. Your trifling subject, your life would right if you give up that. You're mad at nothing, not adding up when you're sad enough at a sad sack that gets aggravated, and now you pay it forward. Let people make your blood boil, emotions firing like microwave foil, or the oil they annoy you. You add another's neck for the wrong reasons. Election years now seeming like full-blown seasons. Man, if you let politics ruin, or rather control your whole life, man, you're gonna be a miserable person. Straight up. And unfortunately, that's where we're at. A lot of people are consumed by this. And it's driving them crazy. And they hate their neighbors. Sad. Am I on one hell of a grind? Not wasting no time leaving my haters behind. Or am I seeing blind, thinking I got it, but I'm really just losing my mind? Could it be that I'm just out of step and calling for help? Am I kidding myself? Why am I second guessing? Could it be that God is teaching me a lesson? Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe it's picture perfect. Maybe it's overemphasis. Try to remember all the possibilities limitless. Am I just tripping out, or should I even be into this? When the lines are blurry, can I tell what the difference is? So many commitments, try to remain tentative. Asking me all these questions, can't finish my sentences. All the while I'm trying to hit my profit percentages. It's tough. Lord knows it's tough. It gets rough. It's tough. Lord knows it's tough. It gets rough. Am I on one hell of a grind? Not wasting no time leaving my haters behind. Or am I seeing blind, thinking I got it, but I'm really just losing my mind? Could it be that I'm just out of step and calling for help? Am I kidding myself? Why am I second guessing? Could it be that God is teaching me a lesson? Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe it's picture perfect. Maybe it's overemphasis. Try to remember all the possibilities limitless. Am I just tripping out, or should I even be into this? When the lines are blurry, can I tell what the difference is? So many commitments, try to remain tentative. Asking me all these questions, can't finish my sentences. All the while I'm trying to hit my profit percentages.
In a world full of cancel culture, pandemics, crooked politicians, it's important to be yourself. Do what you want to do. Free will out this motherfucker. Y'all better listen when Cannon speak. The Hotep's been told.
Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Welcome to Cannon Speaks. I guess I'm going to go with that from now on. Just going to call it Cannon Speaks. You know what I mean? Anyway, I appreciate you guys tuning in today with me. You know, I woke up this morning and I saw that, I woke up this morning and saw Joe Rogan was trending. I'm like, geez, Louise, you know what I mean? Boy, they won't let that man live, will they? You know, that's what happened when you get a big voice, man. That's what happened when you buck the system and you got a bigger voice than the system. You know what I mean? How'd that go? What up, Natasha Kayleen? Want to say good morning. Good morning, Handy Bob. What's up? What's up? Good to see you back, sir. I gotta get the music started. Steph Colonel, what's the deal? Like I said, good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Handy Bob. My man, Steph Colonel, salute, bro. Welcome, 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 everybody. If you're new, hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that share button. Please share this out. Help me beat that algorithm, man. Yesterday, the live stream I did, they hid it. They hid that shit for like 24 hours. Like it just popped up on my it just popped up today. This morning I was able to see it when I, when you type in Canon Hotep. Help me beat that algorithm. That's how we do it. Anyway, I'm happy you could join me on this Sunday. Not too bad. Like I said, I was up and I seen Joe Rogan was trending, and I'm like, oh, what he trending for? We gonna get into that though. You feel me? You know what I mean? I think it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? I'm just going to put it out there now. Also, we're going to, I kind of waited until I really wanted to say something about this whole situation regarding Whoopi, you know what I mean, and her comments that she made on The View. Got some kind of, I got some mixed, I got some mixed feelings about it. But we'll get into that. We're probably the first thing we get into today. But, anybody got any, plans today? Anything special going on? Or y'all just chilling, taking it easy, resting on this Sunday? Probably take the kids out. My son want to go to Target because he want to look for some Batman toys that he seen on some toy review on YouTube or something like that. So I might take and go check that out. We'll see what goes on. My daughter got a really good report card. That's what she's supposed to do, by the way. But I gave her some money for some clothes and stuff like that. So I might take her around to some stores or whatever and let her spend her money that she earned, by doing what the hell she's supposed to do. And go from there, what we gonna do. Right. But let's not waste no time. I don't want to waste yours, so let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. So the first story I got, right? Like I said, I wanted to talk about the whole situation. Let me see. Hold up. You can caught my attention. Range day. That's what I'm talking about. Range day. Who doesn't like a good range day? I need me a good range day. You know what I might start doing is on my range days, I'm gonna take my camera and stuff like that and just start filming it. You know what I mean? Let's have some fun with it. You feel me? How many of y'all would like to see that? Let me know in the comments. But like I said, so I went ahead and the clip I'm gonna show you is where Whoopi made her comments about the Holocaust and how it wasn't about race and this and that. So we're gonna head on over there and check this out. But this comes from The View's YouTube channel. I couldn't find it anywhere else, but why not? Best place to get it from is the place where it happened, right? So let's go ahead and get into this. Give me 1 second.
Do this, then let's be truthful about it, because the Holocaust isn't about race. No, it's not about race.
It's about a different race.
But it's not about race. It's not about race.
What is it about?
Because it's about man's inhumanity to man. That's what it's about.
But it's about white supremacy. It's about
but
going
it's not.
after
It's
Jews
not about
and
race. But these are two
Romans.
white groups of people.
Well, they would have to black
They
people
didn't see
too.
them as white.
And they would
But
have
you're
to
missing the
homosexuals.
point. You're missing the point.
Yeah.
The minute you turn it into race, it goes down this alley. Let's talk about it for what it is. It's how people treat each other. It's a problem. It doesn't matter if you're black or white, because black, white, Jews, everybody eats each other. So is it, if you're uncomfortable, if you hear about mouse, should you be worried? Should your child say, oh my God, I wonder if that's me? No, that's not what they're going to say.
They
They're gonna
played
say,
her
"I don't
off.
wanna be
They
like
hit the
that."
wrap it up button on her ass. God
Yeah,
damn.
most kids, they don't want to be cruel.
No, they don't.
And we're living in an era where people are comparing vaccine cards to the yellow stars, where people are comparing vaccinations to what Anne Frank went through.
Yeah.
So it is necessary for kids to learn about the Holocaust.
Learn about.
They hit her with the wrap it up button, yo. He's like, all right, we got to go to commercial break right now. We got to go to commercial break right now. Get her off. We got to cut this segment short. So how y'all feel about that, right? Now you saw the clip in context, right? You know what I mean? How y'all feel about that? You know what I mean? You know, let's do this. Let's do this. How many people we got in here? I mean, let's do this real fast. All right, we got 7. Okay. Let's do this. We're gonna do a poll for real. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. Did it go through? There we go. So the poll's up. Was Whoopi wrong? Go ahead and hit that poll for real. You know what I mean? Pause. Man. Oh, Natasha, I'll cook you breakfast for that one, Whoopi. Oh, man. Okay. Steph. Honestly, Whoopi could have broke the internet and said, F y'all, I quit. I could have set up a nice... Yeah, she could have set up a real nice grift, yo. You know what I mean? She could have set up a nice grift. You know what I mean? Natasha, she don't think there's nothing wrong with that opinion. Hey, okay, got you. All right. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep that poll up there. I want to know. I'm gonna keep it up for the duration, and I'll revisit it. Hey Natasha, remind me to revisit this poll when before I end the stream. So that's that's what I'm that's what I want to know. Was she wrong in that? So this is how I feel about it, right? Was the Holocaust about race? Yes, when you look at it through the lens of Adolf Hitler. When you look at it through the lens of Adolf Hitler, he was like, blonde hair, blue eyes was the master race. And that the Jews was inferior. Although he didn't have blonde hair, blue eyes at all. You know what I mean? So in the lens of him, yeah, it was about race, because it wasn't just the Jews either. The Jews were mainly the ones that, they were the ones that they targeted, period. But he didn't like black people. He didn't like Africans. You know what I mean? But as far as the Holocaust goes, I would, through the lens of Hitler, that's how he viewed it. So that's what it was. It was racist. It was about race. But I do agree with Whoopi when she says it was bigger than race. Now, I would have argued the fact that no, the Holocaust was bigger than race. You know what I mean? It was man's inhumanity to man. You know what I mean? Just mass genocide. You know what I mean? Ethnic cleansing is what they wanted. Ethnic cleansing. They wanted to get rid of that race of people, that ethnicity. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But the funny part is that when it comes to shit like that, their views, you know what I mean? You see how like they can't keep that same energy when it comes to other shit. It's, it's man's inability to man is bigger than race. Meanwhile, she work on a show that's all they do is identity politics. That's all they do on The View is identity politics. You know what I mean? Now all of a sudden she got a soapbox and she was, oh, this was bigger than race because it was, she, quote unquote, white on white crime, or it was, two European, cultures or ethnicities that, had this conflict, you know what I mean? And that's, that's just hypocritical in my opinion, because come on, let's be honest. Let's just say Hitler went to Africa, you know what I mean? And he went and tried to conquer, I don't know, Ethiopia or some shit like that. You think she'd be saying that it wasn't about race? You think she'd be saying that it was man's inhumanity to man at that point? No, she'd be straight up calling it race. It was racist. That's what she would have said. Just like they've been saying the same thing about, American patriots and stuff like that for the last, damn near 7 years. You know what I mean? It's just hypocritical. You know, do I agree with her? You know, when she say it was bigger than race, yeah, it definitely was bigger than race, you know. But like I said, when you look at it through the lens of Hitler, it was a race thing for him. Period. Like I said, ethnic cleansing. That's what it was. You know. But I can't be wrong with her. I can't, you know, that's her opinion. You know what I mean? That's her opinion. That's her view on that situation. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's her view. You know what I mean? Should she be fired for it? No, she should not be fired for it, because what she said didn't have any malice behind it, didn't have any ill intent behind it. It was just her opinion. Now, I think it was probably stupid for her to say on a network where the people that she was talking about run the network. You know what I mean? What you thought was going to happen. You know what I mean? Well, let's face it, you know, we know that the redacted run Hollywood. You know what I mean? You know, the chosen people run Hollywood. You know, we know that. Including, you know, whatever fucking channel this show's on. You know, they run that. But when you say some shit like that, of course you rub somebody the wrong fucking way in the corporate office, and that's what you now they punishing you for it. You know? It would have been great to see Whoopi, and actually she did double down on it on the Stephen Colbert show. She did double down on it. You know what I mean? You know, but I don't, you know, you know, I guess she's threatening to quit now. I wouldn't, you know, I'll force them to fire me so I can, you know, get that money, you know, get that grift money. But like Steph said, you know, I'd have, you know, like Steph said, I'd have quit. I quit live on the air. I'd have walked off there, and she could have started a huge grift, yo. A huge grift. See, the thing about it is the people, the higher ups, they see that maybe 1 or 2 or 3 people probably got an issue with it, and then they think that everybody's got an issue with it. That's how shit work. Like if you ask like your congressman or your city councilman or whatever, if say like 10 people wrote, you know, a letter saying we need to get this road fixed, they assume that the rest of the community feels that way or whatever, and that they act on that. You know what I mean? That's just what it is, you know. Yo, what up, Emmanuel? What's the deal? Good morning, sir. I think she's wrong given the place she chose to work. She knows the View doesn't allow these opinions. Facts. That's what I was just saying. You feel me? No, they you know, and then, you know, like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at her. She's supposed to be their conservative view. You know, goddamn well, she a rhino. Ain't nothing conservative about her. You know what I mean? It's just a pure leftist show, period. That's what it is now. That's what it is now. Meghan McCain gone. Now they got their so-called conservative. She's nothing conservative about her at all. At all. You know what I mean? But I agree with you, Emmanuel. I agree with you. You know what I mean? You know. What up, Kev? Kev DBIC. Yeah, it's hypocritical. You know what I mean? You know, like I can't, you know, I don't disagree with Whoopi, you know, in all facets of what she said. You know, I do think it was about race because it was a race of people he was trying to wipe out. You know what I mean? You think he would have stopped with the Jews? Do you honestly think Hitler would have stopped with the Jews? If World War II would have went his way, do you think Hitler would have stopped with the Jews, or would he have rolled into like Africa and Brazil and all them other places? You don't think so? He'd have fucking tried to pull himself a Genghis Khan out this motherfucker. You know what I mean? You know, but you know, in her view, she's like, because it's too European, you know, essentially white, you know, cultures is white on white crime, and that's not, you know, and that's not entirely true. But she's right in the fact of saying that, hey, this is bigger about race, and when we start looking at race, you take it down another path, and you take the attention away from the real injustice and what's going on. You know what I mean? No shit, Whoopi. The fuck you think we've been trying to talk about for the past 6-7 years? But you guys always want to make it about race. In that same segment, they were talking about the book, To Kill a Mockingbird, yo. They were talking about the book, To Kill a Mockingbird, and how it was racist, and they had to take it off the, you know, they had to stop it. They had to take it from required reading. Because just in case a black kid heard the N-word in the book. You feel me? Like, it's made about race. And they're making an argument at the time for them taking it away. because of race. So in that same segment, you guys were talking about, letting this book be banned from required reading in schools or reading in schools or whatever, or suggested reading. You know what I mean? To, now, to things are not about race. If we make, race, look like this, if we make race the topic of discussion or the main focus on things, you lose sight of the big picture, essentially is what she's trying to say. And I agree with that. But come on, Whoopi. You knew goddamn well that if you said that shit on that when you said that shit, you had even what's her name? Sunny, the other black girl on the show, she even kind of had this look like, oh shit. You know what I mean? She had this all shit look on her face. You know what I mean? But Whoopi, what you thought was gonna happen? The people that own the channel you're on, you know what I mean? What the fuck you think they was gonna think? Their ancestors went through that. You feel me? So they giving her that Nick Cannon treatment right now. You feel me? They giving her that Nick Cannon treatment, even though Nick Cannon kind of said some shit that was kind of a little more out of pocket than what Whoopi said, for lack of a better term. But they giving her that treatment. We'll see what happens. I think she'll bow down. She want her job. She want that money. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens though. Natasha Kayleen, pay me to quit. I feel you. Marcus Speaks. Yeah. Her whole opinion was taken out of context. I do agree with you. When I heard it, I was like, what's the big deal with what she said? I don't agree with Whoopi on everything that she says on that show. I see some shit and I'd be like, oh, shut up. But no, yeah, I think like I said, she basically was trying to say, when you keep trying to make things about race, you take away from the big picture, is what she was trying to say. It was bigger than race. Maybe she didn't word it right, but that's just what it was, But welcome, Marcus Speaks. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Share this out. You know what I mean? Help me beat these algorithms, please. You know what I mean? Svenstead, The View is a good show that don't like other views. I agree with you on that. That's facts. If I had the Don DeMarco, I hit you with that Don DeMarco. I gotta get me a soundboard, yo. Matter of fact, I need to set up my OBS for it. I can do soundboards on here. I just ain't set that shit up yet. Y'all see, I just got a fucking intro that I just added. You know what I mean? Andy Bob. Yeah, right though. It wasn't nothing conservative about Meghan McCain. Every now and again she have a mic drop moment, but it was very few and far between. You know what I mean? Steph, I'm sick of people backdoor idolizing Hitman and the Nazis by the constant reminders of their history. Yeah, they keep saying white supremacy is bad, yet they keep propping up their history. Yeah, facts. Again, if I had that Don DeMarco, I had to hit that shit. I ain't got it. I gotta get it. I gotta set up. I'm gonna set up my soundboard for the next time. You know what I mean? But you know what? I don't think Whoopi should be fired. I don't think Whoopi should quit. I think Whoopi should make them fire her. That'd be a good grift right there too. They fire me. A black. You know how they do. They know they good with them identity politics. Turn that motherfucking negative into a positive. Make lemons out of that lemonade. Like I said, I don't agree with Whoopi, but now I think hopefully she's starting to get an understanding of what people like us go through. People that got that 30,000 foot view can see on both sides of the fence. You know what I mean? We're not in that ideological bubble, that echo chamber. We try not to be, at least. We have our objective views. Not subjective. No, it's objective. So we'll see what happens with Whoopi. So, speaking of canceled, Joe Rogan, my man Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is one of the biggest voice in media. He may have surpassed, in my opinion, Howard Stern. For that, remember they call Howard Stern the king of all media? I think Joe Rogan now has that mantle. And the redacted don't like that. Any given show that he does, right? Any given show gets between 11 and 12 million viewers for like a 2-3 hour show. That's more than most networks for their entire day. You feel me? You know what I mean? So Joe Rogan has recently been he's been very vocal about these mandates. He's been very vocal about the vacation. He's been very vocal about code base and how you're supposed to, handle this, right? Now, we know Joe Rogan has, all types of people on his show. If he like your content or he like what you wrote or whatever, he's going to have you on his show. He's going to ask you some questions. You're going to have a good time. He might smoke a little weed, cigar, some whiskey or whatever. He might let you shoot the bow and arrow or whatever. You know what I mean? That's just what he does, Hey, I like this guy. Let me have him on and we're going to have a convo, Hotep Jesus, one of those lucky people. That was a pretty good show. I liked it, However, when you got a voice that big, right? When you arguably got a voice bigger than the redacted and their propagandists, you got to discredit that voice, especially when they start talking against the official narrative. When you got somebody that powerful, like the powerful JRE, you feel me? You gotta have people. You gotta be able to discredit that voice. You gotta be able to defame that voice, and that's where they're at now. Joe Rogan's voice is way too big. You know what I mean? Despite, honestly, Joe Rogan is, he'll tell you he's liberal. You know what I mean? That's what he is. He's on the left. He has some conservative viewpoints in my opinion, or some libertarian viewpoints in my opinion, but for the most part, he's on the left, right? But it's certain, but when you got an opinion, the contrary of the popular opinion or the propaganda or, the official narrative, they got to shut you up. We see that happening right now with the trucker convoy where they're shutting all their money. They're cutting off all their money and stuff like that. We see that right now going on with that. You know what I mean? You see how they attacked Dr. Malone after he was on that show, even though his technology is what the fuck did people shooting in their fucking arm. You know what I mean? And they got to discredit it. They got to get it out of here. The minute they attacked Joe Rogan, it was all the gloves. The gloves came off essentially with that. The minute they attacked Joe Rogan, the gloves came off. When they attacked him about his, what's it called? Oh, when he got sick and he was using that Iverson. You feel me? They attacked him for that. And then after that, it was, all bets was off at that point. You know what I mean? Simple as that. So what we're going to do, right? We're going to play Joe Rogan's apology. Let's listen to Joe Rogan's apology, right? And I'm going to go ahead and pause the music for it, for real. Let me see. So we're going to play Joe Rogan's apology. Let's hear what he got to say. I was already listening to it a little bit. We're going to go ahead and we're going to jump it back real quick.
I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word. It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast, and it's all smushed together, and it looks fucking horrible, even to me. Now, I know that to most people, there's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly on a podcast. And I agree with that now. I haven't said it in years, but for a long time, when I would bring that word up, like if it would come up in conversation, instead of saying the N-word, I would just say the word. I thought as long as it was in context, people would understand what I was doing. Like that context was part of the clip we were talking about Red Fox, how Red Fox said that word on television in the 1970s and how times have changed so much since then. Or about how Richard Pryor used it as one of the titles of one of his albums. Or I was quoting a Lenny Bruce bit, or I was quoting a Paul Mooney bit, or I was talking about how Quentin Tarantino used it repeatedly in Pulp Fiction. Or I was talking about how a Netflix executive, ironically, used it because he was trying to compare it to another offensive word, and he said it out loud, and they fired him. Not calling anybody or just saying the word out loud. I was also talking about how there's not another word like it in the entire English language, because it's a word where only one group of people is allowed to use it, and they can use it in so many different ways. Like if a white person says that word, it's racist and toxic. But a black person can use it, and it could be a punchline. It could be a term of endearment. It could be lyrics to a rap song. It could be a positive affirmation. It's a very unusual word, but it's not my word to use. I'm well aware of that now, but for years I used it in that manner. I never used it to be racist because I'm not racist, but whenever you're in a situation where you have to say, I'm not racist, you fucked up. And I.
So look, I've been listening to Joe Rogan for a while, right? And I agree with you, Natasha and Handy Bob, and I agree with you, Emmanuel. You know, Joe should have ignored all of this. You can never apologize enough, right? The minute you start apologizing, they want more blood. You feel me? But I've been listening to Joe Rogan for a while, right? Even before he started really, really jumping off with his podcast. And he would do that. He would say the N-word in context. So when he would say it, he was quoting somebody, or he was quoting some text or whatever. He never said it in any malice form or any malice intent. He never said it to get a laugh. He never said it to describe somebody. You know what I mean? He always said it, you know, he always said it in context. Now, I want y'all to check something out, right? Before we keep going on with his apology. Let's look at this. This is from, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, wrong one. Here we go. This is from Luke Radowski from We Are Change. Check this shit out, right? Let's get to it. See, they got outraged for old Joe Rogan over this shit, right? You know what I mean? They got outraged for Joe Rogan on this shit, right? Check this shit out.
I know these are like difficult words to hear, but words like nigger and fag. Nigger. You niggers are why I lost my job. He only shot a nigger. Run, nigger, run.
Nigger this or nigger that. Okay, so they're like, all right, you cover that Jerry Rice looking nigger.
Whatever, niggerhead.
Nigger Lake.
He canceled his weekend at Niggerhead Ranch.
His ranch was called Niggerhead. Fucking Jews and niggers.
Nigger lover on it.
Which is better, nigger or cracker?
It was apparently called Niggerhead.
Oh, you're a nigger?
Doing fucking nothing and being a lazy nigger.
They were nigger lovers.
It don't give a nigger time to learn his lesson.
White crackers.
Yeah.
Does that mean now we can say black niggers?
There will never be a nigger.
I apologize. I know these are like difficult words to hear, but words like nigger and fag.
So the Young Turks, they use it in context. They use it in context all of the time. You know what I mean? My question is, why can't they keep the same energy with the Young Turks, right? If this is so, what's the word? Outrageous. If this is so outrageous, then why not keep that same energy with the Young Turks? Why weren't the Young Turks canceled years ago when they did this, right? You know what I mean? Like, anybody with a brain can see that they're using it in a context. They're not just saying it just to say it. They're using it in context, right? You know, that's simple as that. However, you know, Joe Rogan, because he's going against that official narrative, he's going against what the powers that be want him to say. He's going against popular opinions as far as, you know, the vacation and the Cove base and stuff like that. They're going to weaponize that, and they're going to use it to try to cancel Joe Rogan. So let's get back into it.
Clearly have fucked up. And that's my intention to express myself in this video, to say there's nothing I can do to take that back. I wish I could. Obviously, that's not possible. I do hope that, if anything, that this can be a teachable moment. Because I never thought it would ever be taken out of context and put in a video like that. And now that it is, holy shit, it looks bad. And it's part of also me doing this podcast for thousands of hours, thousands of episodes, over 12 years. I said a lot of fucking stupid shit, which is fine when you're talking about most things, but not when you're talking about race. And there's another clip that I have to address. There's a clip from 11 years ago. I was telling a story on the podcast about how me and my friend Tommy and his girlfriend, we got really high. We were in Philadelphia, and we went to go see Planet of the Apes. and we didn't know where we were going. We just got dropped off by a cab, and we got dropped off in this all black neighborhood. And I was trying to make the story entertaining, and I said we got out, and it was like we were in Africa. It's like we were in Planet of the Apes.
Oh my God.
I did not, nor would I ever say that black people are apes, but it sure fucking sounded like that. And I immediately afterwards said, that's a racist thing to say. Planet of the Apes wasn't even in Africa. I was just saying there's a lot of black people there. But then I went on to talk about what a positive experience it was and how much fun it was to go to see this movie in a black neighborhood. It wasn't a racist story, but it sounded terrible. And like I said, you can have clunky stories about anything, but not about race. And so I deleted that whole podcast, but obviously somebody made a clip out of it and taken out of context. It looks terrible, but it looks terrible even in context. It's a fucking idiotic thing to say. And I was just trying to be entertaining. I certainly wasn't trying to be racist. And I certainly would never want to offend someone for entertainment with something as stupid as racism.
Yeah, Marcus. So what he's doing, he's addressing that clip where they had a whole clip of him saying it out of context. That's what sparked this this whole apology thing that he doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Stuff. Yeah, after he said, he goes, nah, that's racist. I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, you know what I mean? But like, you know, they did the same thing with Roseanne. Remember Roseanne when she was talking about what's Shorty? She said that if Planet of the Apes and some Muslim extremist cult had a baby, and she said it would be her. And I, not even gonna lie, I laughed my ass off because if you know what she looked like, if I could remember her name, I'll pull it up. But if you know what she looks like, she looks exactly like one of the characters from there. And I laughed my ass off. I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. She was in like Obama's cabinet or whatever. But they canceled Roseanne. They kicked off her own show. They killed her off her own show after that. You know what I mean? Which was crazy. Anyway, let's finish it out.
My hope is that, look, I can't go back in time and change what I've said. I wish I could. Obviously, that's not possible. But I do hope that this can be a teachable moment for anybody that doesn't realize how offensive that word can be coming out of a white person's mouth, in context or out of context. My sincere and humble apologies. I wish there was more that I could say, but all of this is just me talking from the bottom of my heart. It makes me sick watching that video, but hopefully at least some of you will accept this and understand where I'm coming from. My apologies.
Smacked in ETL. I ain't got time to be concerned with Joe Rogan. Then they go on his own as far as I'm concerned. Oh man. Yeah, Marcus, she said it was her medicine. Yeah, you feel me? Right, but the shit was fucking hilarious. If I can remember that lady's name, I can't remember the lady's name. I'll find it. But that shit was fucking funny because if you know what she looks like, that shit was spot the fuck on. You know what I mean? You know, it's just what it is. You know, she was insulting that woman. You know what I mean? She was insulting that woman. You know what I mean? What you sent me? What was that, Emmanuel? Hold up. Give me a second, y'all. Yes, thank you, yo, Valerie Jarrett. Exactly, I appreciate it, y'all. Hold on, I gotta find it. So, give me a second. I'm gonna bring it over to the other screen. Give me a minute. Yo, that's perfect. I appreciate you, bro. I just laughed. I thought this shit was fucking hilarious. I'm gonna swing this over here. Hold up. Oh my god. All right, so check this shit out, y'all. So when Roseanne made that fucking comment, look at this shit right here. This is who the fuck she was talking about. This is Valerie Jarrett. She was on Obama's cabinet. I believe she was the one that was responsible for the Iran nuclear deal, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? You know. But yeah, that's right. You're 100% right, man. Yo, I appreciate it. Yo, good pull on her name, yo. But she was responsible for the Iran nuclear deal and all that shit that went down with that. That was her. And I guess Roseanne don't like her as a person or whatever. You know, but she attacked her and not a race of people. She just said she looked like this character from Planet of the Apes, which is not fucking far off. I laughed my ass off and I didn't have to go look for the Planet of the Apes. As soon as I seen her face, I broke out laughing because I knew exactly what the fuck she was talking about. You know what I mean? But, you know, I digress. But yeah, that's right. That's her. You know. Mac ATL, yeah, exactly what she is. She's yep. When you look into her, she's Iranian, right? But you know how the news do. If you say something enough times, people are bound to believe it. They made her say she's African American. She's African American, and that's what they ran with. You know what I mean? But she is Iranian. Shiva Vareen, welcome again, guys. If you're new here, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon, share this video out. I'd appreciate it. You know what I mean? Help me beat these algorithms. That's all I ask. Likes is free. Subscribing is free. Help a brother out. So, the other thing I didn't understand, right, is like I said, I showed you a clip of the Young Turks, you know, them saying it in context, you know, and then I got another clip, right? So back in the day, Howard Stern was the most rebel person in media, right? He was like the king of all media. I brought him up earlier. You feel me? Check this shit out, right? He never got canceled for this. You know what I mean? So let me see something. We're gonna go back. So the View, you know, they never took him to task on this or anything. And the fucking funny part is that if I was Whoopi Goldberg, you know what I mean, I might have had a problem with it maybe, you know, but let's go over here and check this shit out. This is Howard Stern on The View in 2019.
I was in college in the 80s, and I found your show so offensive. You used.
Thank you.
That's what I figured, right? You were a shock jock.
Shocking.
You were shock jock. You used the N-word a lot. You said,
I
really?
didn't. I used the N-word.
Yeah, you did.
Wait a second. Hold on.
I
before
do.
you
I
say
remember
that.
it.
Whoopi, hold on.
Wait.
No, we had a guy on from the Ku Klux Klan.
Yes.
Who very freely used the N-word.
Yeah.
And my belief was, hey, say it out in the open.
Yes.
And I didn't use the N-word. Let's be very clear.
That's
not my thing.
You see how they just bowed down, right? They just took his word for it, right? You know what I mean? What up, Cam? All right, give me a second, Cam. I'm gonna pull it right up, yo. You know what I mean? Hold tight. Check this out.
It was something that was batted around on your show. I'll rephrase it.
And by the way, I make no apology for that.
No, and you didn't. You didn't then.
Because I don't like people who live under a rock.
This pair of judges couldn't be with us in the studio tonight. They're celebrating the new year from a secret location. Here they are, Hollywood's oddest couple, Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg, via satellite transmission.
Well, how are you doing there, Missy Robin Quiver? You know, Robin, Whoopi is a whole lot prettier after you drunk a couple of bottles of this here more liquor.
Drink on, honey.
With every sip, you get better and better, baby. Your snatch smell like a kingfish. Oh.
So, this is supposed to be Ted Danson and Whoopi Goldberg after the Friars roast, when Ted Danson came up on stage in blackface and told jokes about Whoopi that he claimed that Whoopi wrote, and she said it was okay for him to come out in blackface. Let's go keep it moving.
I didn't write that.
Ted, I must say that I can't believe you're still in blackface after the Friars roast controversy.
Oh, hush up. I hate blackface. I just can't get this shit off. Besides, Whoopi done wrote everything I'm gonna say here tonight, so it's all right. Ain't that right, you smelly nigga?
I didn't write that.
Well, you is a smelly nigga. I got some more jokes for your New Year's Eve party there.
You're not tired of this?
And don't be racially offended, cause Whoopi done wrote them for me, okay? Here we go.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
Black hole.
Black hole.
You're gonna love this. Hey, look at that. What do I loves most about the Whoopi? Yeah.
That sure has great timing.
Hey, Robin, what does you call a black rocket scientist?
I don't know,
A
Ted.
nigga. Whoopi wrote it. Whoopi wrote it. Hey, did you happen to notice this?
No, what
this
is that?
This is my mother, Mama Dancing. Why, she done working blackface, too.
She must be very proud.
Yeah.
Now I know you really love me, Ted. You the man.
I tell you, you the man. What done happened to Sherman's career? It's really off at the end. I want you to give us...
All right, that's enough of that. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was in bad taste, right? So, you know, I'm all about freedom of speech and all that other shit, right? You know, that skit was in bad taste, you know? You know, it's he won't get canceled, you know what I mean? Because, you know, he's bowed down to the powers that be. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Period. Full stop. He's towing the right line. The minute Howard Stern doesn't toe the right line, let's just say he goes the way that Joe Rogan went with anything, you know what I mean? Questioning something or whatever, right? They'll pull this shit up. They'll pull this shit up and they'll cancel him and they'll take all that stuff. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, man, your pressure, I'm offended. You know what I mean? Nobody ever canceled, you know, Ted Danson for doing that. You know what I mean? But it's because they're on the right side of, you know, propaganda. You know, I just thought I'd bring that up. You feel me? You know, they're coming after Joe Rogan, right? They won't go after these pedophiles. They won't go after these crooked politicians. They won't go after anything. They just, you know, but they're going to go after Joe Rogan because he won't support their narrative for the Cove Base and the vacation. You know, hopefully he stands his ground. I know this apology thing. I get it. He's trying to get out ahead of it. I feel like that'll probably be the only apology that comes from Joe Rogan. We'll see. But again, remember, Joe Rogan he's basically on the left. He's basically a liberal. Simple as that. He's a liberal he's a liberal with some common sense. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. You know, like I said, he got a big voice, and when you got a big voice and you're seeming to be more powerful than the powers that be, that's the only way they can get rid of you. They discredit your voice. You know, you notice it. You'll see it with like certain politicians back in the day. Remember, like back in the day, right? Certain politicians, if they was, you know, sleeping around on their wife or whatever, you know, that was enough to get them, you know, out of office or whatever like that. That was enough to blackmail them. Or they was dressing up in women's clothes or, you know, messing around with kids, whatever. Like that was enough to get them out of office. Now that's not even the case anymore. You feel me? So, you know, but that's how they would discredit people. That's how they would discredit movements and stuff like that, by discrediting the leader, by defaming the leader. You know what I mean? You know, so now they're trying to do it to Joe Rogan. 11 million listeners per day, just for like an hour or two or three, versus, you know, the big corporate media machine who probably bring in a third of that throughout the day. You know, Natasha Kayleen, I'm a crazy bitch, and I didn't laugh at all. All right, you know what I mean? You know, it's ridiculous. You know, now the 90s was a different time. I get it. You know, he's a shock jock or whatever, but if he's a shock jock and you give him a pass for that shit, you know what I mean? Whatever her name is on The View, then, you know, won't you give other people a pass? Like, you know, this is crazy. You know what I mean? Whoopi was ready to fucking defend him. She was ready to see her on that. She was ready to fucking defend him. You know, meanwhile, he made fun of her back in the 90s, you know, and all this other shit. You know, it's sad. Marcus, not to mention that CNN's viewership are down 95%, so they need a bad guy. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I can't believe in 2022 we're still distracted by race issues. We as a country have nothing better to focus on. Yeah, but when you got, yeah, exactly. I agree. Welcome, Matthew Toulos. But yeah, you're right. But that's identity politics. That's what the left runs on. The left runs on identity politics. And I would argue to say that, you know, in some cases the right run on identity politics too. There's no substance in politics anymore. There's no substance in culture anymore. You know what I mean? It's either, you know, black or white, you know, for lack of a better term. It's either black or white. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. You know, but then when you got people who have a diversity, you know, that's real diversity of ideas, you know what I mean? Diversity in culture, diversity in ideas, not just skin color, you know, that's real diversity. But they don't want that. It don't help them. It don't help them at the polls, you know? But, you know, hopefully Joe Rogan pulls through it. I think he will. They're just trying to make a concerted effort to get him out of, you know, off Spotify. They're trying to fuck with his money, you know? It all started with Don Imus. It all started with Don Imus. I remember that shit. Nappy-headed hoes comment. I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. You know, some people didn't like it, but I thought it was fucking funny. You know what I mean? I got the context in which he was saying it, you know, and the funny part is that people got offended. I'm like, yo, so black women is the only women that can have nappy hair? Is that what the fuck you telling me? You know, that's the first thing I thought. And I was a kid when I heard that shit. I was probably like 17 or 18, I think, when that Don Imus shit hit. You know what I mean? So I was a fan of talk radio, you know. Suge White, welcome. I wish Rogan didn't apologize though. They're going to get him for that. Yeah, yo, the minute you apologize to the mob, yo, they want blood. They out for blood. They out for blood. You know what I mean? You know, I'm not Joe Rogan, but I would have been like, hey, look, I didn't say it with any ill intent. I didn't say it with any malice. I was quoting something. I was referencing something. Y'all got a problem with it, y'all got a fucking problem with it. You know what I mean? Can't apologize to the mob. What they gonna do after that? What they gonna do then? You know what I mean? They're already demonizing you, bro. That ain't gonna help you. Matthew Toulos. Just so much misplaced emotional energy. Yeah. You know. Jimmy Doss, what's the deal, bro? Congratulations on the weight loss, man. You killing it right now. I gotta catch you, bro. You know what I mean? That's how they wrap people up. Yeah, politicians are the shock jocks in the real policy. In real policy, and people just get lost. Get lost. Yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? Must have been her initiation, probably. Could have been. Yeah, Suge, why I know, right? All this shit started with Don Imus. This PC shit started with Don Imus. A lot of people don't remember that shit. Remember that shit? And then after Don Imus came the fucking the wardrobe malfunction at the Super Bowl. Remember everybody lost their fucking mind when Janet Jackson titty popped out? You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad at all. I mean, who didn't want to see that? You know, I'm just saying. Men or women, who didn't want to see that? Everybody's like, ooh. You know what I mean? Funny part is we had a Super Bowl party at church, and we had a Super Bowl party at church, and that just happened to be the Super Bowl where her titty popped out. It was hilarious, to say the least. Steph Colonel. So did you see India Arie grifting? She claims to be offended at Rogan, yet brings up the point of not getting paid enough for her music on Spotify. It's okay to use the N-word. Just pay me well. Jeez. That's another thing. That's another reason why you see a lot of these artists taking their music off Spotify, because it's fucking easy. How much money are they really making off Spotify? Think about that, right? I remember the story where Spotify paying them like pennies on the fucking dollar, and they're not really making a lot. So like for them to, it's just a fucking, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm taking my music from Spotify. Ooh, okay. How much money you really making off Spotify? That's why you're doing it. I bet if I was making a pretty fucking penny off of Spotify, I wouldn't be doing it. Watching Patrice go on and talk funny on Fox was classic. I still pull that segment when he said donkey punch on stage. Yo, yeah, I remember that. Like, he was going after a woman, right? Like she was all mad and he was talking. It was yo. Patrice O'Neal was a goat, man. Was the GOAT. Emmanuel Presley. Joe Rogan should have dropped a podcast with Alex Jones tomorrow. Facts. Somebody say he should drop one with old Donnie T. You know what I mean? You missed the nip slip stuff? Oh man, I was off. Yo, mouth was open like, oh, like, come on, it was Janet Jackson. Like, how can you really be upset about that? Andy Bob. Rogan's is friends with Jordan Peterson, and he said on Rogan's podcast, you never apologize to the mob because you can never apologize enough. That's facts, man. That's facts. I'm gonna get to your the clip you sent me, Cam. So am I supposed to look at the Andrew Schultz part, or we'll get to it. They traced the Rogan hit back to Democrats super PAC. Of course, the timing to drop this in the first week of Black History Month. Come on, fam. Facts. You know what I mean? Tune in, drop out. What up? When you live in a hyper racial society, folks are going to get hyper triggered. That is true. That is true. And they count on that. That's what it is, Cam. They make damn. That's fucking low. So of course there's nothing for them to take their shit off Spotify. They ain't really making no money. But how many of the motherfuckers really own their music though? That's my question. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Matari. Technically, Whoopi was right. Hey, yeah. You know, if you go back to the beginning of the stream, that's what we basically saying. Technically, Whoopi, you had a point, man. You know. Man, India Arie was cool with R. Kelly and Ike Turner on Spotify for decades, but now she's offended. Steph, I'm the only one in the world that missed it. Oh, man. Suge White. It's just a huge clout chase. Look how The Rock went from wanting to show his tequila on Rogan's show, then when it was safe, now going completely against them. Of course. Some people argue that The Rock might try to run for office for real. You know, we'll see. I don't know how that shit gonna work for real. All right, so let me see something. Give me a second, guys. Let me see what my man's in them looking at. So, okay. All right, I got you now. See what the deal is. All right, so let me get this all queued up. Salute to Cassius Cam for this, yo. And I like Andrew Schultz, yo. Shout out to Andrew Schultz, yo. He's funny, yo. Like, and every now and again, he might toe the line a little bit, but they get out of pocket a little bit over there at Flagrant. You know what I mean? You know. All right. Let me see something. Hey Cam. Hey yo, we might do something for the first time on this joint, yo. I might try to take a call, yo. I might have you calling real quick to explain this for me, yo. Give me a second. If I can't do that. I got Skype on here, right? All right, let me see. If this shit can work. Let's see if this shit work for real. See. Hey Cam, I'm gonna send you a number, yo. Let's see if this shit work, bro. I'm gonna have you call this number and see if I can't pull you up on the stream, yo. Hold on. Gotta pull Uncle Hotep real quick. Hey Cam, I just sent you a number, yo. Hit that number. Let's see if we can pull you up on the stream, my man. Hit that number up. All right. See. Hold on, Cam. Come to my phone. Hold on. So when you dial that number, it come to my phone. What's up? So when you dial that number, it came straight to my cell phone. Okay, I got you. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call your phone from Skype. I'm gonna call your phone from Skype. All right. Oh, we doing some new shit today. That's what I'm talking about. Hold up. Okay, this Cam number. All right, let's do this. If this works.
Hey yo.
What's up, yo? So let's see if this works. Let me see if the sound coming through. Say something. Cam.
What's up?
All right, cool. So, all right, cool. Hey yo, one in the chat if y'all can hear Cam.
What's good? What's good?
Nothing much. All right, so walk me through this, yo. So I'm looking at the hold on, I'm about to put it up on the screen now. All right, so this what you sent me right from Vocal Distance, is that what it's called?
Yeah. Jabari put this across my desk this morning.
Okay. So walk through this with me. So since you asked and I love your work, I'll tell you. Okay, so this is
Yeah, it's a response to Schultz. Andrew
Okay.
Schultz had just put up a tweet yesterday saying who y'all think's behind the Rogan attack. And this Vocal Distance, I followed him now, replied in this thread. Let me bring it up on my tablet right quick. And if you guys are following along, you can read Since You Asked and I Love Your Work, I'll Tell You. It's professional political attack, 3 waves, one right after the other, not a coincidence. Good spacing, good timing, so it's absolutely professional. Take some digging. So go to number 2 on the thread. The video compilation of Rogan saying the N-word was dropped by Patriot Take 6 days ago.
Oh wow.
You see the video in the tweet in pick 1, and Patriot takes credit for republishing the information in pick 2. They take credit. It's important. You'll see why. So if you click on the first picture right there.
Hold up. Let me see. Damn, where'd it go? Hold on, let me go back to it. Hold on. Shit. Give me a second, y'all. Go back. See. All right, so I'm gonna go back to it. So the first picture right here.
The first, on the second part of the thread where it says 2.
Yeah. So this one where it says CW, multiple clips.
Exactly, multiple clips.
And
that's just Patriot Takes. That's the
okay.
the page that had initially reported it, and then right next to it, they have a pinned tweet.
Okay.
In response to Rogan's apology.
Gotcha.
And it says, this past week, Patriot Takes republished and brought to the national spotlight dozens of recorded instances where Joe Rogan used the N-word, referred to black people as Planet of the Apes, and applauded a Nazi salute, among other despicable racist conduct. The videos have now received millions of views. This is in addition to the COVID disinformation that Joe Rogan routinely spreads. Enough is enough. Joe Rogan's apology in response to our Twitter post rings hollow. Spotify undoubtedly has a moral clause in its contract with Joe Rogan, which would permit his termination for cause. We call on Spotify to immediately terminate Joe Rogan if Spotify has any morals. I thought that shit was hilarious. By not terminating Joe Rogan, Spotify will make clear to the world not only this is approved COVID disinformation, but that Spotify is an inherently racist company.
Wow.
So just that shit had me giggling. But if you go to Red 3,
Okay.
Patriot Takes is partnered with Midas Touch. Okay.
Okay.
Midas Touch is a professional political organization. They're a Democrat super PAC.
Okay.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Go down to number 4. Organized by Ben, Brett, and Jordan Midas. All of them work in media and have expertise in understanding and manipulating media. Brett was the manager, Ellen DeGeneres. They do a lot of like big counts and shit like that. If you click on that first picture on thread 4, Variety ran an article back on Behind Midas Touch, how the three brothers threatened Donald Trump daily with razor sharp viral videos.
Oh wow.
Go to number 6. Patriot Takes works with Midas Touch.
Hold on, let me see. Okay, yeah, I got you.
And then it just goes into what a super PAC is. I'm sure most people here know what a super PAC is. It's a committee that can raise as much money as they want, spend it however they see fit.
Right. That's the workaround that's the workaround for like the minimums that you can give to. Yeah, I got you.
Exactly. So there's a little breakdown of what super PACs are. It's kind of not important. Everybody here is pretty sharp. They know what's going on. Number 8, it just has all the money that Midas Touch had raised in the 2022 cycle.
Damn.
So number 9, to recap, Midas Touch super PAC, which can collect as much cash as it wants from pretty well anywhere, is professional strategy and media firm run by people with deep ties in entertainment. Likely had a hand in the N-word video Patriot Takes used to attack Joe Rogan. And then if you go to 10, this was kind of interesting. It says, why are they doing it? What do they have to gain? And then in thread 10, there's a highlighted part. It says, in their response to Rogan's apologies, says, this past week, Patriot Takes republished and brought to national spotlight dozens of reported instances where Joe Rogan used the N-word. The videos have now received millions of views. So number 11, this vocal distance kind of breaks it down. I like how he articulates this. Patriot Takes is bragging about their millions of views and how they made the video the center of the national conversation. They're bragging about clout. Right. Rogan is the one guy that left this can't cancel. If a group could cancel Rogan, it would be massive show of power.
Of course.
Woke people and legacy media groups have been trying to cancel Rogan for ages because he steals their audience and doesn't play by their rules. Rogan also offers his enormous platform to people like Jordan Peterson. The group that takes out Rogan will gain a lot of clout and a lot of power. The group can say, we canceled Rogan. If we get him, we can get you too. We'd be able to swing a very large stick. So go down to 14. In short, Midas Touch is a political super PAC that is very likely behind Patriot Takes account. It says right there in Patriot Takes account, they're partners with Midas Touch. They're attempting a viral hit on Joe Rogan so they can take him out both because they don't like him and because they want monetizable clout for having done so. So they're floundering.
Got you. Damn.
You know what I mean? And this Midas Touch it's kind of like a strong arm that a lot of these establishment players use to do hit pieces. They were doing it on Trump. They're probably behind a lot of the other ones too. You know, that's their. It's a real niche market. That's what they do. It's a super PAC.
Yeah.
Specifically designed to do this type of shit.
To make or break somebody.
Exactly.
Got you. Damn, that's crazy.
And this is, if you go down to 17, this dude local distance, this is really sharp. He says it needs to be made clear to Spotify that if they cave, they'll pay a significant cost. People need to make that clear. And previously he said in response to Andrew Schultz, it's like, you guys need to let your fans know, like, hey, if they take out Rogan, tell your fans to cancel their shit.
Right.
Because this shit would stop instantly. Between all these big podcasts, because even Schultz podcast, you know, there's guys like Tim Dillon, Jimmy Dore, like there's really, really big platforms out there.
Right.
Maybe not just the 11 million from Rogan, but all the gristle on the outside.
Yeah.
you know, if that went with Rogan, I think all this shit stops.
Yeah, you're right, because you know, like I know with Andrew Schultz, his podcast was Flagrant 2. Him and Akash.
Flagrant.
Yeah, like they do some edgy shit, you know, but you know, and if like you said, if you know they get Joe Rogan out the paint, that's gonna be equivalent to like what happened with Don Imus back in the early 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, all this outrage just started with Don Imus. You know what I mean? You know, if Joe Rogan is like I guess for lack of a better term, the Don Imus of the you know of the 21st century or the 2020s or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they get him out, it's gonna be a lot of censorship happening.
Absolutely. I feel for him because I don't feel like he even wants that position.
At all. He just got a podcast
I mean?
where he just bring people on. He bring a bunch of people on and he asks them questions. You know what I mean? He asks those guys questions. He'll, you know, just because he likes them. He said it before. He's like, "Yo, I bring people on because I like them. I find them interesting, and I bring them on my platform just to talk to them. You know, and that's what it is. You know, and that made some people's careers. That actually, you know, his show just by having certain people on made their careers. You know what I mean? You know, he had Schultz on a few times, Jimmy Dore, those guys. He had those guys on. Shit, like I said, he had Hotep Jesus on there. You know. Tim Pool, yes, he had Tim Pool, and then when Tim Pool took it to fucking Twitter, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was like the catalyst for Tim Pool's career.
Right.
You know, but the cool thing that Tim Pool's doing, even though he's a goofy dude, I watch his stuff. You know, that fucking milquetoast motherfucker. But the thing that he did right was creating his own platform.
Right. Exactly.
You know, because I watch some of his uncensored content and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm much more of a fan of Luke Rudkowski. Luke's the man.
Yeah. It's funny. I thought I was following him. I just started following him today. You know, I agree with some stuff Luke do. I disagree with some stuff Luke do, but I do like Luke Rudkowski. You know what I mean? But this is crazy, yo. And like you said, and like you know, Vocal Distance, which let me go check them out real quick. You know what I mean? And they just joined Twitter. Damn. You know, they just joined, like, was it June of 2020? You know, I can't even argue. I can't even say that. I think I joined like 2019 or some shit like that. But
yeah, Jabari always be sending me these fucking wild. I don't know how he finds this shit.
I don't even. I'm gonna go ahead and follow him for right now and see what else other shit they ever come up with. But yeah, you know what I mean? This shit gonna get weird. It's gonna get wild. Hopefully Joe Rogan can stand his ground. Hopefully he's big enough to stand his ground. Honestly, Joe Rogan need to say fuck it, and then he can do his own platform too. You know what I mean? I guess it's just easier to use, you know, a spot like Spotify or, you know, YouTube. I guess it's easier to do it that way.
Well, I guess he can't until something happens with this.
Yeah, that's true, because he's under contract.
He's under contract. So.
Right, but should, you know, I would still be working on some shit. I would still be working on my own platform should this shit fall through, just in case that shit fall through. He don't have to miss a beat and keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He's gonna be. I'm just more worried about the social trajectory. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
About whatever comes from this, you know, because that once that snowball gets pushed off the edge of the hill, that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's like the last like brace holding that fucking thing from going over the edge of the hill.
Yeah, definitely. If he go, it's gonna be an avalanche rolling, man. You know what I mean? Definitely gonna be an avalanche rolling. George Osei, welcome. Rogan might put his content behind a paywall. I mean, honestly, technically, isn't Spotify a paywall? Or you can listen. Yeah, I know. I've been a member of a subscriber of Spotify since like 2010, I think. Yeah, but I think you gotta pay to hear Rogan anyway, right? Or can you listen to a show with
premium?
Okay. Yeah.
So that way you can download everything and fucking have like a library and whatnot.
Since yeah, Rogan could make cash from Rumble. Rumble's just not. I don't think Rumble's there yet where he can make the type of cash he's making right now. But he could make Rumble. You know what I mean?
I don't think he's worried about the money though.
No,
he's already cashed out.
Yeah, he, you know, right now it's principles, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Hal Bird. Joe didn't know he was in a war with the woke MSM until it was too late. Well, he know now. He got enough money to build his own server network. Yeah, he does. You know, I just think that he just don't feel like it. I mean, this might push him to do it now. You know what I mean? Like I said, just get that shit ready just in case. You know what I mean? Get that shit ready, you know? And start some other shit. Like, start your own network and bring some other motherfuckers over to your network. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just do that, you know? Make your money back.
I just keep seeing all these posts about how he only brings on the anti-vacation point of view, and it's like, bro, that's bullshit. He's had more pro-vacation doctors on.
Yeah, he had fucking Sanjay Gupta on that motherfucker.
Bro, and what happened? He got bodied.
Yeah, right, because
you know what I'm saying?
he got
bodied.
Right, it ain't no milquetoast interview. He gonna ask real questions because he isn't beholden to anybody, and that's what they trying to do. They trying to make him bend that knee and bow down. That's what's happening. You feel me? That's what they trying to do.
And it was just like, it was justified speculation. It wasn't even like hard-nosed questions that were like that hard to answer. It was just justified speculation made that dude Sanjay Folk and look like a fucking idiot.
Right.
You know? And whoever greenlit him to go on there
probably got fired.
Lost their job. I can guarantee that shit.
Cause you said he got bodied, yo. He got bodied. You know what I mean?
That was a 10-8 round.
Real quick, salute Jay Polon, salute bro. Kev DiBiase, I said what's up to you? What's up, 89? I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what language that is. George Osei, what's up? Hal Bird, salute. Who else we got in here new? Dia Blaze, what up, cuz? Happy you could join the chat. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I just wanted you to come on and give some context to that and let me know what the deal was. That's crazy. You know what I mean? But we already know that. It was a concerted effort. You know, who didn't see that coming eventually? And like I said, you know, and again, behold a pale horse. The best way to get rid of a powerful voice is to discredit that voice. That's how they do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Now now Joe Rogan, all of a sudden now he's a racist. That's what they're going to try and roll with. And like I said, you saw what I just put up there about Howard Stern. Howard Stern's on America's Got Talent and all this other bullshit and doing this and that. You know what I mean? The minute he decides to take a platform, he knows that shit too. He ain't dumb. You know, the minute he decides to take a stance, something similar to it, you know what I mean? They'll get him out of there too. You know.
Yep. I mean, I tweeted yesterday. I said I got $20 on Rogan sexual assault.
You know
when
that's
this Hail Mary fails.
You know
when this Hail Mary misses the end zone.
You know that's coming. You know it's coming.
Taylor, Ethel Taylor sent me a spreadsheet for a poll. he literally made it. I'll forward it to you.
Yeah, let me see that shit.
He made a spreadsheet, and I guess if whatever we raise off it, we'll just donate it to the homeschooling initiative.
All right, that's what's up. Yeah, send that to me, yo. Nathan Maganez, what's going on? Salute from South Baltimore. I hear that. So let's go back to this. Before I get off this thing, let's go back to let me see. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and hang up on this thing right here now. This is cool. I might start doing the Uncle Hotep grift with the calls, yo.
That's what's up, dude. I'll tap in with you.
All right, bro. I'll let you. Hotep.
All right, be easy, man.
Cash is Cam. Go follow on all the platforms: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Go follow. Fire bars. That's all I'm gonna say. Go check them out. You know what I mean? Suge White. Oh yeah, the sexual short coming for sure. Jay Polon. Oh, where to go? Jay Polon demonized the opposition. Yeah, that's how it works. You know what I mean? Facts. Good call. So let's go back and check this joint out. Oh, hold on. Emmanuel Presley. Funny to know people are talking about Johns Hopkins coming out and saying the lockdowns did more harm than good. Yeah, it's almost like a certain president said, don't let the solution become worse than the problem. You know what I mean? Don't let the solution become worse than the problem. Let's do this. Let's see. Let's go back and look at this. I want to see what this We're gonna go ahead and end the poll. Actually, no, we're gonna keep it up for a second. If you ain't answered the poll, do y'all think Whoopi was wrong in what she said, or do you, yes or no? Go ahead and answer that poll before we wrap that up. I'm gonna keep it up there for a second. So right now we have 74% say that Whoopi was Whoopi wrong. 74% said no. 26% said yes. But yeah, so that was an interesting call from Cassius Cam. But we all know how that worked, right? We all know how that worked. Concerted effort. 6 degrees of separation. They gotta keep themselves separate from it. But they had they got their think tanks and stuff like that, trying to figure out how to get people out of there. And right now, Joe Rogan's bad for business. He's bad for business. You know what I mean? He fuck around, be on band.video with fucking Alex Jones soon. Oh man, Emmanuel Presley. Jabari, what's the next scandal? I feel like you've been told this. Yo, what's up, Jabari? Yo, salute, bro. Welcome into the chat. We just Cam just went over the what you sent him earlier from Vocal Distance, yo. That shit was real fucking interesting. You know what I mean? You just got yeah, watch the replay, yo. But yeah, you know how it is. Yeah, I'm sure Uncle gonna touch on it tonight. You feel me? I'm pretty sure he's gonna touch on it tonight. So, but yeah, Jabari be on it, yo. Jabari be on it. Koofy always on tight. You know what I mean? So, but you know what? Godspeed to Joe Rogan. I hope it works out for him. You know what I mean? I wouldn't apologize. You know what I mean? But, a lot of money on the line, I guess, and I guess that's what they're looking at. I don't know. But you know what? The outrage mob, man, they'll get you every time if you apologize. The outrage mob will get you every time if you apologize. And that's what they wait for. The minute you apologize, it's like putting blood in the water. And here come the sharks. Exactly what it is. Joe Rogan has made so many careers. Joe Rogan, you know what I mean? He has so many different people on with so many different ideals, different opinions, skill sets, things of that nature, just to talk to him, have a good conversation, and then possibly help, boost him. You know what I mean? But, when you start talking, sideways about the, the powers that be, all persona non grata at that point, guys. So, because I like it so much, I'm gonna play my intro again as the outro. Anyway, if you're new, hit that like and subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It lets you know when I got new content out. Please share this video. Help me beat this algorithm. You know what I mean? Anyway, and in Hotep, I want you guys to have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. If you don't hear from me again, hopefully I'll do something else soon. But I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Have a good holiday. Jesus Christ. Have a good day.
In a world full of cancel culture, pandemics, crooked politicians, it's important to be yourself. Do what you want to do. Free will out this motherfucker. Y'all better listen when Cannon speak. The Hotep's been told.
It's coming in serious. Yeah, money made niggas never go away.